In today's video, we are going to be attempting to build a similar concept to this picture on Instagram I came across a few days ago. And essentially what we're going to be doing is building a library on top of one of these cool little debug trailer pieces. And basically to do that, all you have to do is make a two-story structure, delete the bottom one, and then basically you're just going to have to finagle the floors and just kind of move it up and down, side to side until you're able to put it perfectly on top of the little trailer itself. It did take me a minute for this one because I didn't have the square tiles on, but we were able to obviously figure it out. And to start off on this, I did make it a little bit bigger at first, but I decided to shrink it as you'll see in just a minute. But we're working on just the main structure right now, which is a small, skinny little area. And basically I wanted it to have like a nice, cozy vibe to it. So it is a little bit fancier and larger, of course, in the inspiration picture I showed you guys, but I do think it has a similar vibe and tone to it. I do love using custom content, but we did start off with this cottage living floor and then these nice walls that are from Peacemaker for the green ones and Tiny Travelers from Harry and Felix for the wallpaper. And then I did use the new Growing Together pack for the like the outside itself. And as you see, I did shrink it down just a tiny bit. I wanted there to be a nice sloped roof on this. It was honestly really easy to do this little portion, and I figured that it made a lot of sense for me to put it in this nice metal tone that you'll see in just a second as well. I feel like this definitely makes sense for like the right vibe of what I wanted to go for. I would have loved to be able to do like a nice metal structure, like a round one like the previous picture I showed you was, but kind of impossible in the game, so we're doing what we can, and I think it's turning out pretty cute so far. But basically, I figured the color scheme of this was just going to kind of be the greens, blacks, tans, and just kind of neutral colors. I did put this back little area, which is where the little back door is going to be, which that is from Felix Andre. And now we're going to be working on the actual inside with the bookcase itself that I made out of these shelves. And then luckily for me, I do have lots of different CC books that I have from like Peacemaker, Pierre Sim, I don't even know. Everywhere. I have a ton of them. Luckily, I was able to kind of just throw some around, and I will be changing the color of them to give a little bit more personality in just a second. I will say that I do think I need some more books, surprisingly. I feel like this definitely looks very cluttered, and there's a little bit of differentiation between the different styles, but that being said, I did have to use a lot of repeat ones, and I wish that I had just a little bit more options, but regardless, I think that the overall concept is coming together, and as you can see now, I am changing the colors a bit, so I think it makes it look a little bit more fun than just having those plain white books right there. And I was kind of thinking to myself as I was building this, I wonder like what the point of this would be. Like, you know, would this be something that's always sitting here? Would this be something that you would travel around? And I figure what made sense to me was kind of make it more of like a stationary piece that if you absolutely had to, you could move it. But I figured that the truck that's there is more or less just like the owner of this, and they just kind of come up and park whenever it's time to work, and people just kind of freely be able to go to this little library without having to move it around the city. But that made sense to me. I don't know if that would be realistic in real life, but that's okay. It's just a game. But as you can see, we're putting on some more books all over this other little shelf that is from Peacemaker. I don't know if I mentioned or not, but I believe those shelves that I use on the right are from the Cold Brew collection from Pierre Sim. I'm pretty sure. But we're just adding a little bit more colors to that bookcase as well. And now we're going to start cozying up the space by adding a couple of more decorations. We have this really pretty mirror that we'll be seeing in a second that is from, I believe it's from Felix Andre, and I really like the vibe of it. I feel like it kind of ties everything together, and we're going to be putting a nice sofa down in just a second as well, which is, of course, from Felix Andre, of like, shocker there. But I figured that I wanted to put as much seating as possible. Obviously, you know, there's a couple of chairs, there's a sofa, and I feel like that's kind of a tight quarters, but if you really think about it, you'd probably be able to fit like 4 or 5 people in here, which I feel like is, you know, not too terrible to have some friends over, to study, to do whatever you need to. But I feel like it was overall a good little space for what we had to work with that trailer size itself. But we're adding a couple of the finishing touches on the inside with some decoration pieces like that candle, that little rug runner right there. And of course, it can't be complete without some hanging plants. So we're just getting some of those, which I think those are from a winged llama. And we're going to change the color of those as well. And then now for the exterior portion, we're going to add some nice windows. They are from the MCM collection by, I believe, Pierre Sim. And we just did this nice big window. I feel like that just made it look so cool. I really think that I would like going to a place like this in real life. And if you do not know, I'm absolutely terrible at landscaping. So watch me painlessly just be placing things all over the place, trying to make it look cute. Honestly, have no idea what I'm doing. But I do love that little round bench thing right there. I wanted to use that for sure. door. I'll be adding a tree in a second that's not going to stay with it, but fun fact, I actually had one of those growing up when I was younger, and I always used to love it, so it was really cool that I had this custom content piece. I don't remember where it was from, so I apologize. Hopefully you guys may have seen it while I was placing it down. But anyways, we are just adding some rocks all over this little pathway, and I probably should have put a little bit more effort into making that look a little bit different than just having the same stone over and over. But at this point, I was building for a little bit over an hour, and I just wanted it to be done, and I just do not like doing landscaping. But anyways, we're just going to keep on going with it. Got to add a bunch of little linings of flowers all over the place. I feel like, for someone who's not really good at landscaping, I think it turned out okay. I mean, I don't think that the main focus of this was the landscaping. I think it was more or less the little library itself. So I think I did everything I needed for it to look semi-decent. If you want to download this, if you have the custom content, if you want to attempt this on your own, then definitely make sure to go ahead and put it on the gallery after you're done and tag me by doing #austinfendler. But we will just go ahead and just finish off this by letting you guys kind of watch me place the final items. We'll be doing the tour of this as well, and if you do enjoy ASMR style videos, I did post this on TikTok in like a little 30-second version of just placing down the items with ASMR, which is a little bit more satisfying, but I did have a lot of fun building this. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it as well. If you have not already, please make sure to go ahead and like on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, all those, Twitch, and we will be back another day soon to build another fun house or community lot in The Sims 4. Thank you. Bye.